Welcome back to Melbourne Property TV. Time, of course, for our panel. Today we're talking about advertising and marketing your house once you've put it up for sale, a contentious issue at times. Joining us, Tim Fletcher from Fletchers Real Estate, the ever-present Robert Larocca from the REIV, and Craig Teal from Teal Real Estate. Now, gentlemen, this is the one where I would imagine a lot of vendors get a bit prickly when you're trying to tell them how to conduct their marketing and advertising. Is that the case, Tim?
Yes, because you know why? They see it as a cost, but they shouldn't. They should see it as an investment. And in fact, if we can't justify every dollar we spend in marketing, it is a cost. It should be seen as an investment. And any good agent, I think, should be able to recommend to a vendor the reasons why they're suggesting various media outlets and why they're not.
So what are they looking... I mean, just a quick rough house figure. What would you be saying would be a figure they could put on their property to spend?
There's an old rough rule of thumb, about 1% of the capital value. But look, the higher you get in value, you can sort of reduce the amount of money you spend. And the lower, of course, it is, the more expensive it is if you're going to do it properly. All right.
Now, Craig, the game changer in recent times, in the last 10 years, I guess, has been social media.
Yeah.
So suddenly there's not just we'll put an ad in the newspaper and the local paper and flyers or posters, whatever else.
Well, Des, we actually, every person that purchases a property through our company, we give them a questionnaire. And we've developed this pie graph that shows that like 50% of people who buy homes from us see the property first on the internet, 25% see it in the local paper, I think it's 13% off a signboard, 10% off our own database and 2% off our Homefront, which is an in-house magazine that we put out. And it's one of those ones where you say, OK, well, the internet is big now, and for the especially for the younger brigade that are very computer savvy, that's where they like to see it. If we can get somebody to buy their house in the first 3 or 4 weeks of a marketing campaign, you'll sell it on their terms because you'll have competition. If you wait 2 or 3 months down the track, you'll invariably sell it on the buyer's terms because the people that are selling the house will get a little bit frustrated, wait for it, and then all of a sudden they'll get an offer that initially they would never have contemplated. But then they're a little bit over it and they might say, yes, we'll take that.
You're right, it's an absolutely necessary marketing expense. I mean, if you can't attract people to your property, how on earth are they going to compete to buy it and give you the highest value for it? And it's a wise agent once said to me, when you're going through that process, you've got to think, who's going to buy it? Who am I selling that home to? And is that the right marketing medium to get them? Because sometimes, you know, you could be advertising in the wrong spot and waste your money. And it's a good thing to ask a real estate agent up front at the same time as you're, you know, comparing them on their commission structure, and is to say, well, how much do you think I should be spending on the marketing and why? You know, it's a really good thing to ask before you engage them.
What about the social media, things like Twitter and that?
Well, one of Tim's agencies sold a home by Twitter the other day.
How did that work, Tim? How did that work? As in, was it put out there
Well,
by
this
Twitter?
particular person knew that they were looking to buy, so they tweeted them and they happened to buy it. It was very early in the piece, and I agree. If you leave it too long, you lose momentum and you're likely to get less for your property. So you've got to go at it pretty hard at the beginning. In this case, it happened right at the beginning.
You've got to tailor the marketing campaign to the specific house. It's no use just going out all guns a-blazing with one form of medium of trying to advertise it.
Can I just come back to the database aspect? I think the important thing here is, and all good agencies know exactly what works in their area. You do it, we do it, and good professional agencies do it. So they're not wasting money.
No.
But we shouldn't be advertising to people that we already know are in the market. We should be either emailing or on the phone, contacting them. The whole purpose of a good orchestrated marketing campaign is to get out to people who we don't know about. The spontaneous buyer. Your wife who wakes up and says, have a look at this one. And guess what? You're going to buy it if she likes it too, because the girls make decisions in all of this. But in all seriousness, there are a lot of people who buy properties that are spontaneous buyers. Not in the market. They'd buy if they found the right sort of property.
And that's where I guess social media can cut through, because if it's on Facebook or Twitter, they suddenly go, wow, I'd never thought of this place. QR codes is the other one, where they can scan a smart code and actually look at a video of something from a board if they can't get through at the time.
And let's not underestimate the internet. Look what's happened in the last few years with the internet. Cheap as chips relative to the other items, the big ticket items if you like, but so powerful. And a good internet site, and we've spent a lot of money on ours over the years and we continue to, because we recognise the significance of that in terms of getting everyone out there knowing about our particular vendor's properties. And if at the end of the day an agent can say everyone out there knows about this property, then they've got to be handled well, of course, but so long as the whole market knows about it, you've done your job professionally. That's what you're paid for.
What about spending money on a decent video? Because it was always just used to be you got a photographer, but nowadays with video production costs coming down a lot, does that cut through when it comes to selling a house, having a decent video?
I think it does. I think they're terrific. Just another one of those things that actually paint the picture. You've got to get people in the door. You don't want to show them everything, because otherwise they draw conclusions about a property and either don't come or do come. But you can lose people if you give them too much information.
You can start small and go large, of course, though, because you can do a very cheap video. There was that property down down Portsea Way. Like they made
shot it like a film.
It was like a whole movie. Yeah. It was interesting to watch, and it certainly was not in my market. But the other interesting point is you don't have to spend a lot of money always. At the REIV, we run yearly awards, and we actually give awards out for marketing categories under $2,000 spend, between 2 and 10 and above 10,000. And it shows you, when you look across the quality of the submissions, that you can actually get a lot of bang for your buck under $2,000 if the agent knows the area, has the database, and knows the market they're pitching at.
And as you're saying earlier, I think you only get, and everybody knows in marketing that you only get a limited amount of time to grab people's attention. If you have it too long or too much, they lose interest and something will distract them. So if you can get that initial surge, whether it be just via a tweet or the video, they're fantastic. You get on the internet now and you can click on a video, and it might be 30 seconds, but it walks you through the house and it portrays it as you would like to see it. It's fantastic. It really does work.
And this is the challenge at the moment, with the market being the state that it is a lot of our members are having to go the extra mile in order to try and attract attention. I mean, we saw a few weeks ago a vendor offered travel voucher, and that got a lot of attendance at their sale. And coming up now, someone else is offering a car. So some people are trying some very different marketing tactics right now.
And when they're offering a car, that's 2 or 3 bids at a decent auction. Like it is a gimmick, isn't it? It's not.
I don't think people pay more than what it's all worth in the end to them anyway. They're not.
Depending on what sort of car it is, though.
Well,
yeah.
You haven't talked about the snake dives yet?
No. Do you throw in the steak knives?
We'll do anything
if it gets that extra.
The other very important thing with marketing is to actually depict the property so that it reflects the price grouping it's likely to be in. So it's no point, if you're marketing a $300,000 flat, for example, to take a big full-page ad, because it looks like it's worth a lot more money. You're attracting the wrong people. Mm. You might as well just throw the money in the gutter, because it's total waste. So that's the wording and how it's depicted is a discussion for another time.
Yeah.
Thanks, gentlemen. The lesson seems to be put a lot of time and thought into your marketing and advertising, because ultimately it could cost you if you don't. Thanks for joining us, gentlemen.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you.